Have you got it in full height position?
Yep.
You must be short and fat like Bandit.
Short, squatty, and fat. Two more.
They sure are comfortable, aren't they?
Not bad, not bad.
Did you get it on sale for $89?
Yes, sir.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, they probably had 2, 4, 6, about 7 of them sitting right there. And they had a display. I sat out there and it felt pretty good, so I got me one.
I like mine a lot. High back, real comfortable. So, alright, I gotta do some stuff here. I'll be back.
Alrighty.
Where'd you get your chair at, 101?
Sam's.
What kind is it, recliner?
Kind of recliner, rocker. It's an office chair.
Oh, an office chair.
Yeah, the one I had in here about wore out. It's still settable and everything, but I needed something different. But anyway, tell her.
Well, if you said you needed an office chair, I probably could have rounded you one up.
Well, if you rounded me one up, I wouldn't be able to sit in it. It'd be around. Top of it, hand it to him.
Yeah, 10-4. What was that, Freebird?
I said I was going to get him one of them wooden barrels and cut it in half and put a pad on the top of it and give it to him.
Man, that'd be a nice chair. You could chop that old mattress up into pieces and make a kind of like armrest and a seat on it for him.
You're not supposed to sit back and relax when you're talking on TV anyway. You're supposed to lean forward and talk in the mic.
That's right, everybody knows that.
Oh, yeah?
Radio operating is serious business.
Well, you don't have any important thing to say.
That's what makes it so serious.
You know, you were commenting about that bell that rang earlier, but that wasn't no fight bell.
Was that Santa's bells?
Well, you said something about Santa's bell, but did you hear how it was ringing? That was the Dow Jones bell.
Oh, I'm not a financial wizard. They ring that bell when they're opening up and when they're closing. So it must have been that meant the stock market was closing for the night. Yeah, it probably was. Well, MC, you probably didn't hear him, but he said he didn't think anybody was a financial wizard.
Yeah, there's Oz. Oz is a financial wizard.
Oh my goodness, I'd sure like to see that.
Where's that E.F. Hutton guy we used to hear every once in a while? Haven't heard him for almost a year.
I think Jake from State Farm pissed him off.
Jake? Jake from State Farm?
In between. You ever heard him?
No, I haven't.
Jake from State Farm.
That's funny. I wonder if it's the same E.F. Hutton guy.
We were shooting skip and shooting bull crap and everything else. How you been doing there, Mr. Nighthawk?
He's been shooting bullshit and skip. 10 more.
In the morning,
They're out there right now than it has all night since I've been listening.
Yeah, someone's hollering for Nighthawk out there.
It's sure to get me in there. Or
we're right there.
I heard your bells. Which ones were those?
The company with Santa Claus out in front of the Kmart that used to ring the bell with the little red thing out there. You can stick money in it.
Oh, the Salvation Navy?
Yeah, that bell just reminds me so much of the bells they used to hang on to and ring out there, and it sure does sound like one of them.
here he comes. Here he comes. Oh, he ain't getting it tonight. He must be sick.
Was you trying to fart there, 101?
Big dream. Little man with a big dream.
They're like this in here, this is the regular fighting bell here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're starting trouble now.
It's Friday fight night. You got some bird that's got a nest about 2 blocks away, and he likes to fly over and shit on you and peck on your head. You have to be prepared.
Almost first sound like a bird, then you're prepared.
It's gonna sound like the guy there average hunter, and I'll start pow, 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 and shoot down the bird.
What you did to you preparing.
Well, that's what
bird does too.
I want you for dinner. I want you for dinner. To get a base station, I wanna. Somebody said they were afraid of pussy.
Yeah, team for me. I got nothing running but this little paddle on my other box in the truck. I'm gonna have you checked out in the morning.
How about your buckwheat? How about your buckwheat? 24/7 up here in Kansas be waving.
I appreciate that you said that nobody walked through with either one of us. One, son.
They may be but that's kind of thin for a woman. Look at those things.
That's right, Topeka, Kansas. That's right, you said it.
Nothing in Oklahoma, but you're not there. Right on the beach state. Top evening. A 455 have a good and God bless 101 on this job waving this stuff.
Oklahoma hitting up here in the great state of Kansas.
They call that short skip.
New Georgia over here in Blackshear said we getting on up. Yeah, for man, ain't doing nothing you ain't doing there, man. We just trying to get out there, right? Yeah, man, we just out here in Georgia, man. We just trying to talk a little local, trying to talk a little skip there, come on. Oh, Mr. Deer, you have a gun until we need a stun on some.
I want to get my base station. I need to get a base.
What kind of base you looking for?
don't need a base station. You need a base station?
I don't need one. Hey, Zig Zag, that guy that's got your antenna that you should have had back, he sent me a message a couple days ago, and I just kind of ignored it, but he's dropped the price down, I think, for the whole dang thing for around $300 for a tower, antenna, and all that. No, I think you got to cut the wires and let her fall, and then kind of bend her back into shape when you're done.
You can go do that for free for him.
Well, that's stupid, man. That dude ain't gonna get no money. He's gonna get charged money because somebody's gonna have to take the damn thing down. That's gonna cost money.
Yeah, 10-4.
Go out there and DX land, make all that noise. Oh, Zig Zag around these fields. We want to know.
You know, dog, what he'd be better off doing is just getting him a radio and hooking it up and talking on it.
That's not him trying to sell it, though, is it? It's his landlord or something trying to get off the property.
That antenna, yeah. I done got him down to $5 bills.
$5 bills for what? You got to take the damn thing down and take all the risk.
I know, and I'm not going to do that again. Besides, that's not what I sold him the son of a bitch for either. I want to buy for the same price. That was the agreement. I got to buy for the same price. You didn't tell me you're going to have some money owed to the landlord, and you told that son of a bitch like ransom or for collateral.
I guess.
Said he had it on there and talked to him. He picked up about 3 something.
Oh, fuck, don't tell me that. I ain't got, man. Are you serious? I'll have somebody run over this fucking house tomorrow. Come on. You have to work tomorrow?
Oh, man, didn't he, dog? Dog father, talk to him.
Yeah, I'll go back and look. If I can find that message he sent me, I just kind of ignored it. But I think he said 300. I'll look.
Any dollars.
Tripping, babe.
He ain't gonna get any dollars.
Yeah, boy, that Mr. 101, man, he's a good friend of mine over there, man. He's over there to help us. Okay, well, nigga gonna stand there, man.
Unless you're bonded and insured, you're taking all the risk. And if you hire someone that is bonded and insured, you're spending all the money. I wouldn't touch that damn thing till he gave me $500.
Okay, he's talking. A written piece of paper saying that if any damages happen, that you're not got to pay for them.
Why are you holding your breath like you're smoking something?
Yeah, make him sign a waiver. That's right.
I started a wood fire because I thought it was cold out. And I inhaled a bunch of smoke out of the wood fire.
Yeah, but you're smoking out your window of your trailer, man. Is your place on fire or is it just an odor?
That's from the semi that came in here a minute ago and tried to go around my corner. Took off the corner of my house and lit the corner of the house on fire. It's still smoldering. You should have seen me running out my door, dude. I seen that semi coming in here. So what the hell does he think he's going to do? He ain't coming around that corner of my trailer. And I ran out there stopping and pulled up like he's getting ready to slam into the front of my truck or back of my truck, and then he started backing up and shut it off. Walking across the street to the neighbor's house, I let him know Jack don't like semis in his parks. I said there's been a couple guys that drove semis and they had to park across the street. I said you won't hear about it till tomorrow about 8 o'clock or so. I said he'll come through and he'll be calling me wanting to know who in the hell semi that is.
Yeah.
Finding got his arm in a cast though. He ain't running around bumping it and saying it hurts all the time.
But there's still stuff with the good thickness of the material.
I guarantee you, I got a fine copy on you.
But when that new company
Donald Trump's getting ready to sign an executive order on the wall telling the Democrats go to hell. They don't care how they vote. He's going to get the money he wants for that wall no matter what.
Yeah, good. Damn Canadians.
First section.
That's where they're going to start, up there in the northwest corner, and start building it. When they're done there, they're going to drop down the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, those Canadians. I wound up with one of their nickels the other day, and I can't get rid of it.
I'll trade you.
You got a Chinese penny?
I got some Chinese money. I got Mexican money, too. You can't get rid of that stuff either.
You can't have a whole wheelbarrow full of it.
Yeah, right here, right now. The thing of it is, I went to the bank with some other coins, and they said they don't do that no more. If you would have came in such and such date or before, they would have did it, but now they don't transfer money at all. And I said, not even paper, and they said no. Well, that Mexican place down there, like Lafayette or whatever it would be down on 6th Street, it's like a little Mexican grocery store. I thought about going in there because they have a bus stop down there, and some of them coming straight up from Mexico. And I figured I could go in there and exchange a $50 peso for something, cash money, and maybe only get half the price like you would food stamps, you know. You sell $50 worth of food stamps, and you're only getting $25 for them, you know, or something. Or however they did it, because I don't know how they did it for sure, but I know that it was about half price. And do something like that, so at least I get rid of the damn money and somebody get money out of the deal. Because if they're going back to Mexico, they can sure take that $50 peso down there, or $50 peso, but 50 pesos. It ain't dollars. And they can take it down there and they ain't got money then.
Yeah, you up there, you in the same.
Pesos is probably only like 50 cents.
No, I think a 50 pesos is like $20 probably.
Wow.
On the ground plane.
Zig Zag, I can't find that guy's message. I'll keep looking for it. If I do get a hold of it, I'll holler for you.
There to start with, thought the local was just messing around there, but yeah, Kim and everything else started rolling out through it on the flat side now. Yeah, I'm on the vertical now. Yeah, sir, let's just do this deal.
And $50 peso is pretty. It's just almost like there are $100 bills or $50 bills. They got that little different color ink on it that sort of shines, and they got a little image off to the side. It's like a ghost image too, almost like somebody in the United States made it for them.
Why is everybody talking about ghosts? Oh.
Hey, Zig Zag, I found that guy's ad. He dropped that down to 400 on that tower and antenna and such.
Hey, you better come down another 100 or two. I'll let Ziggy know. He's probably going to be out there later. He comes and goes.
That's funny. He told me in 300. See?
Yeah, I think he sent me a message that said that he would take 300 on it, but I can't find that message myself. But yeah, I think that's what I'm recalling. But in the pictures of it, that mast is bent.
That whole thing's messed up, man. I tell you what, if somebody went over there with 300 cash in their hand, they'd walk away with that thing. But you know, like Don said, man, I don't want to take the risk where you put the son of a bitch out. I'm going to have to go rent a fucking truck to get it down. He already said that he would take 300 for it.
Yeah, but he didn't say he was going to take it down.
That's right, no doubt, man. Every day I wake up, man, I got a rent doing shit, man. But I ain't gonna let it go. I mean, $300. Bird, you give me a ride tomorrow, I gotta call Uber. Oh no, I got a ride right here. What am I thinking?
Well, I ain't tell you, but it ain't been going nowhere yet. It probably ain't gonna go nowhere now.
Here, but then he didn't want to come off no price. I said, man, I'll give you $250 for it right now. He said, no. I said, okay. What's your best offer? He said, $300. I said, all right. I said, let me think it over and we'll get back with you. He bumped his head talking about, I just want it gone. I just want it out of here, but yet I want to charge a fortune for it. I'm going over there tomorrow, and I'm going to get a hold of that motherfucker, and I'm going to show him the pictures I got of the son of a bitch down at my house, and with $300 bills, and say, take it or leave it. His name is Mike, in case you want to know.
got a number? I don't, but 55 does. I can get it for you. Okay, yeah, whatever. Roger.
That's right.
Any more deer?
So if you want to pay to do people's work, you can come remove my old roof, and I'll charge you only $250 to do it.
Only at the low.
We're going to put the new roof back up for you.
Oh, well, for another $500 I'll charge you. You can put the new roof up, too. I'll let you.
So $750 to your pocket, and I can do your whole roof. Start.
Yep, you got it.
Be ready to get a knock on your door. 5:45. I start early.
Hey, don't forget, you got to buy all the supplies, too.
Those are being delivered in the morning.
Tomorrow's going to be a good day for roofing, too.
Sure is, because you are going to be my helper.
It's going to be a better day for fishing.
I was hoping I'd get to be your helper. I was wanting to try out this new potato fork I got for peeling them shingles off.
It could be a nice day for kayaking, even.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, Freebird can go fishing and kayaking. You and me are going to put in some good hard work.
Yeah, and we'll be laughing while we're having a great time, and he's out there getting sunburnt and mosquito bit.
Getting bit by the mosquitoes while we're paying Rude Dog $750 to do his roof.
Yeah, 10-4.
I don't know about you guys, but I ain't seen too many mosquitoes out there in the dead of winter.
I'll see you in the morning. Dogfather and Freebird, they are actually, they're not called mosquitoes in the winter. They're called, well, I can't tell you over the air what they're called. I'll have to tell you in private.
Pecker gnats.
That's what I was going to say. Thank you.
The mosquitoes that are alive and stay alive in the wintertime live like in Colorado and Montana and stuff up in the higher altitudes. They're a different breed of mosquitoes. Our mosquitoes stay in the warmth.
Well, we got hybrids down here. We got little hatcheries we've been growing them from. They're called pecker gnats.
They're called used tires. What the hell are you talking about?
You can find them in used tires with a little splash of water in them.
Hatcheries. They're just used tires.
Hatcheries. I'm thinking about fish already. Well, actually, you had planted the thought in my head about fish.
That's right. That's me.
Now this old hunk of junk sounding over that away. Barefoot 29.
5 of them sounds like a hunk of junk, barefoot 29.
That's exactly what I was hoping you'd say.
Well, it kind of sounds to me like you got a little bit of whipped cream on top, maybe a little maraschino cherry.
That's not called whipped cream, buddy.
I tell you how good you're getting out. I can hear MC keen on you.
That's a damn shame, Mission Control. You better settle down.
Oh, wait till tomorrow. Mission Control's going to get that IMAX 2000 plus up there at 775,000 foot.
Shit, the last 2 days have been so nice. He should have been at it up.
He's been pacing himself. You got to ease into this high altitude work.
Yeah, true. And he's been away for a long, long time. He's probably forgotten more than I'll ever learn. Bandit?
I already know that's right, because after you get a certain age, you start losing it, and you've already got that age.
Go ahead for Bandit.
I'm going to talk about it here. Wait, dog. I want to go here.
Actually, come April 17th, I will be at that age for sure.
What age is that?
Hawaii at 50.
Oh, you're still a young pup.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. This body don't feel like a young pup, though.
Yeah, 50, you start losing that muscle mass, and about 3 years from 50, 4 years from 50, you really start feeling it. Right about 40, 55, 54, you really go downhill. So you're saying I'm not even there yet? No, 50 is when it just starts happening. Jesus. I've been feeling like mine's been happening since about 45. 45 is when you start getting menopause, where you start getting hot flashes and you sweat and shit, you just don't feel right. And that can happen for anywhere from a year or two up to 5 or 6 years on and off. I hate hot flashes in the summertime. It almost feels like hives. Once you hit about 55, man, you don't get no more muscles. You just keep on losing them. I don't care if you try to get some weights and start trying to exercise. You might be able to keep them toned, but you ain't. You gotta get it up. They used to be when you were in your 30s or 20s. Yeah, there was a guy that had the gym there at 17th and Clay. It's a temp agency now, JM Staffing, but he and his wife, he said that he didn't get his shit together until about the age of 49. He started working out, and I mean, he's in his back then he was probably in his mid-60s, and I mean, this dude would put Arnold Schwarzenegger to shame. Not really, but he's just toned up, muscular, or hardly any fat. His wife looked really good. She looked like she was about 28 years old, and she just had a fucking toned body to die for. And he said, had he not started, and he did, it would have been too late for him because of all that muscle tone that you just lose, and really nothing that you can do about it if you haven't already been on track to do it.
Well, I think that's because people aren't deciding really probably to live past age 40.
Well, and two, we are a lazy nation.
I am a lazy nation.
Yeah, my dad passed away at 59. And, that's not too far away I'm not too far away from that age now, so that's kind of scary in itself.
That shouldn't be scary. My dad, he spent 20 years of his life kind of feeling the same way. His dad had died when he was in his 70s, and my dad made it to 89, and he had his birthday, and he told me, I was talking to him, he says, I don't really want to see 90. I don't want to see 91. I don't want to see 92, and he didn't. But, he was worried there for about 20 years prior to that, when he hit that age that his dad passed away, my granddad. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything to worry on that shit.
Yeah, my dad, I was probably, oh, shoot, man, I don't know, 22, maybe 24. Well, let's see, my son was born right after he died. My dad died in January, and my son was born on Father's Day, so about 5 months after my dad passed away. So I was probably 22 or 24, and so he's been gone for 24, 26 years, so that's about how long I've been worried about it.
Now you can stop worrying now.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. But I just keep thinking, of course, my dad drank all the way up until his dying breath, and I quit drinking several years ago. But that doesn't mean anything, but he went through the Korean War, had all kinds of neurological problems, fluid trapped on his brain, he had managed a whole bunch of stuff, man, so it probably was a lot of contributing factors for him.
Yeah, but I think you know, every person is themselves, and everything is built different. You're not your dad. You're not your mom. You're half and half. So, I mean, my dad was born in 1925, lived through the Depression. Never had a dime. Never had good health care. Never had, you know, anything better than average food. And he lived to dang near 90 years old. So, I think it's just what the person is dealt in their own cards.
That's really awesome. I got a friend that I grew up with. His dad died when I don't even remember seeing his dad. We were that young when his dad died, and he died of liver disease. And it was all told in our family.
I got me some jalapeno Pringles.
And he died of liver disease from being an alcoholic. So his middle boy got 14 years old and he started drinking hard liquor, saying, "I'm going to die like my dad. It just runs in the family. I'm going to have liver disease. I'm going to die like my dad." Well, everybody just thought he was a nut because he was trying to drink himself to death at 14 years old already. His older brother, 3 years ago, died of a liver disease of some sort, and that son of a bitch has been drinking all his life, drunk on his ass, and he's still alive.
I was going to say, I bet the 14-year-old guy was still alive. Man, that would suck.
He is. He's still alive, and his brother came home from work. He worked at Flexel, DuPont, whatever you want to call it back then. He worked there most of his life, and came home, sat down, relaxed in his chair, and fucking passed away, dude, dead as shit. And they left him lay there thinking he fell asleep until supper time, tried to wake him up, and he's already gone. But I told the younger one, because there's 3 boys, I told the younger one, maybe you need to go to the doctor and get checked to see if it is a liver disease of some sort, and not just because, he was drunk, because I don't think your brother drank that much like John, and John's still alive. And the younger one said, yeah, and he didn't want to talk about it too much, really, but I think it's just some sort of something wrong with their liver and their family.
Yeah, my dad, I don't know how many years he put in at DuPont, but it's so funny talking to people about that. Like, what's DuPont? Is that Combs? Is that the place that makes the combs? You get those little black combs that says DuPont on them. But I don't even know what they call it now, Flexol or whatever you say, but I don't recognize it by that name.
I don't even think it's called that no more either. I think they changed it to a different name. And I ain't been out that way lately to actually say what it's called. That's another thing. I had other friends lived in the same neighborhood and all. The younger brother, or the youngest boy out of them, hangs out with the one that used to be 14 years old, the middle boy of the other family. And they're both drunks. Well, the oldest boy of their family got into KPNL, and he became a linesman to climb the poles, right? And he worked up on the poles most of his career. And he got a chance to move out by Marysville and do a big surrounding area that he'd be on call a lot, like in the wintertime, because the snow comes in and knocks down power lines, and he's on 24-hour call until the shit gets put back up, and he's the only one out in that area. So he went for it because he'd make a hell of a lot more money and stuff, and moved out that way. He died here in the last year and a half, too, just a little bit before the other guy, and he died of brain cancer. And I turned around and told his brother that was from being on that telephone pole right by them high-powered lines all his life.
Yeah, just like they tell you don't put them cell phones up to your ears because they get cancer. But, yeah, I don't want to say any names, but my buddy's dad was a lineman supervisor for that place. And he got... they were out working one afternoon or one evening. I can't remember whether it was at night, something went bad or something, but he got hit by a car, killed him. And I think they got like at least like a $12 million settlement or better. And of course they went through hell trying to get it, but you just can't, as far as I'm concerned, I'd rather have my dad here than have that money, you know. But yeah, that was affecting him too, and that's why he hurried up and tried to get off of that position, and that's why he kept moving up in the ranks. And when he finally made the regional supervisor or whatever for his area, he felt like he could relax a little bit more. Well, I think he relaxed a little bit too much because, you know, what happened to him. But yeah, a lot of them guys tell stories, man. My friend that passed away, he was 30 years at Goodyear. At Dudley, he did, 30 years at, is it Myers? Ready Mix? I mean, they've got all kinds of hell stories, man. But I couldn't do it, man. You know, work all that time just to find out you're going to die from something that caught, you know, that you caught or whatever from working. Just don't make no sense.
That's pretty much you do. All you do is you're working your butt off all your life for nothing. Most of them because they don't live to retirement.
Yeah, don't get a chance to enjoy all those checks. Yeah, luckily my friend did, but, you know, he still, at the end, he still died. He was still only, well, shit, 65 or 68. Somewhere in there between 65 and 68 when he died. And his was avoidable. He finally, you know, he'd smoked so much, and he finally had a tracheotomy, you know, put in. But what he did was he could just put his little finger up there and in that, you know, get a little breathing, and then he'd start talking. It's so funny, man. I mean, it's not funny, but it was funny to hear him try to talk like that. And he just one night, the whatever pieces that protect you, and you know, he set out to clean or whatever, but he said he didn't like sleeping with it at night. Well, something in his sleep, in that machine, or that tracheotomy thing, got clogged in the hole, and by the time somebody went in there to, you know, help him out to figure out what was going on, they didn't know what was going on. He couldn't talk, but he was pointing. But, you know, they didn't know what the hell was going on, you know, what he was trying to say, like, hey, something's clogged in there, get it out. And, man, geez, just all because he was too stubborn to wear that thing, he died from it.
What's going to happen to you for leaving these damn brakes in my truck?
What'd you do to the brakes on your truck?
What's going to happen to you for leaving these damn in the truck and leaving your plate?
Oh, my brakes in your truck. All right, I'll get them. Hey, what is your skill level like on drum brakes on the shoes?
Skill 4.
My shoes or brakes.
I work on plate, man. That is for lawnmowers and shit.
I didn't say anything about a lawnmower.
Yeah, Zig said he goddamn mouth. I wasn't saying anything about no lawnmower.
No, I didn't hear Ziggy. I heard Dogfather say something.
He said what skill level? I said skill level number 4.
Oh, he sounded like Ziggy.
Well, anyway, I think that's what I need to have done is my drums, or my shoes on the drums back there, because that thing's still acting funny, and it was making, you know,
I wear moccasins when I play with my drums.
or whatever, they squeal or squeak.
That's funny.
Who's used your drums?
The Mac is drums, yes.
Oh, somebody keyed up and said somebody did their drums or some shit.
I said I like wearing moccasins when I play my drums. I don't do shoes.
Oh, okay.
You ain't even right, Freebird. Shit, now you gonna make a fire now. Sit around a campfire.
Yeah, gotta make it rain, do a rain dance.
Let me see. I think I can make it rain.
Yeah? Did you win at bingo tonight?
I sure did.
How much did you win?
Some money.
Ah, that's how you gonna make it rain, huh? Let's go to the club.
Shit, ain't one no club. My money for no woman, not them.
I'm talking about the CB shopping club where we're gonna go to today.
I'm finna shop in the house.
Right? I need to get you shopped up so you can stop that crying.
Goddamn. Shit, I'm turning lights on over here. Shit.
Yeah, you must be in the mobile.
What do you think I'm at? Shit, what do you think I'm at?
The airplane. Anyway, glad you did good, man. I keyed down for you earlier and then it was completely dead out here. I said, oh yeah, what the hell am I hollering for 5 for? He's probably at bingo right now.
I came by your house today. I was gonna throw them damn weights on top of that van.
I was wondering how long something was going to either be done or said. And that's all I could think of was I was going to come home and find them brakes sitting on my porch or something or stuffed in my mailbox.
I ain't lying. I came through the other day. Shit, I was around. Shit ain't had nothing to do. I mean, goddamn brakes on top of that van.
Yeah, I was going to come by today too, man, but I don't like to roll through without being announced, you know, because you never know what somebody might be doing. I mean, I don't want to catch you out in the yard getting beat up by Miss Gloria.
Shit, don't say that. The lady over in the house, he swelled her head over there and I slapped the shit out of her. Shit, she knew my own mind. She knocked the hell out of her. She tried to hit me, I'm gonna hit her ass back.
Oh man, Deacon was talking mad about you. Not today, I don't think. It might have been this morning or it might have been last night. I think it was last night around maybe 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, I don't know, but he was talking mad shit about how he thumped your head out there on the DX trail. And then I told him what you told me, and he said, you know, he's partly right, but he ain't told the whole story. So I had to hear the whole story, man, and it did not match up with what you told me.
Yeah, man, shit, Deacon just getting back, man. Shit, he had to walk back from Louisiana. Shit, that was that deal. Shit, he knew I left him down there right in the country.
And what did 212 tell you all?
Shit, the same thing, shit. Shit, Deacon said this is out of his own mouth. He said that he was running from the beam to the ground plane. The beam to the ground plane. Shit, he said, Deacon knew I was whooping that ass.
Ziggy? I thought you meant Deacon.
I ain't said that about no Ziggy. I said Deacon knew I was whooping that ass.
Okay, yeah, Deacon. Well, from what I understood, the way I got told it was 212 played that gate back, and that gate told the truth. And Deacon said that there wasn't no 5-5 involved.
Man, he played more than one Watergate. Shit, he played more than one.
Oh yeah.
He sure did.
I might be exaggerating a little bit.
Shit, Deacon know what the deal is. Shit, that man came back and told me some how many alternators I'm running and batteries. I told him I'm running one battery and one alternator.
Yeah, I remember he said he couldn't believe that. Yeah, he could not believe that he was just running on 1 and 1.
Shit, Deacon know I was tearing that ass up out there on that base station. Was you putting that transmitter to shame?
Shit, man, Dickie told me, said he was running on the ground playing to the fence side. Shit, he didn't know what about to put in line.
He was hopping around all of his antennas on.
Shit, Dickie said he don't get tired of that shit. So he had to go.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to revisit with Deacon.
Shit, I told Dickie myself, shit, man, I was tired too, man. Shit, I was tired of hooping and hollering my damn self.
He's like another man.
Funny shit, Freebird. You said you was tired of whooping that ass, so you went to bed too?
No, I ain't go to bed. Shit, I come out from my spot, man. Shit, I come out from my spot and I can't help.
Gotcha. Well, you need to make sure you got a little extra gas in that airplane, because when I go up on my spot, if I decide to put one in the vehicle, I go up on my spot, I don't know how that thing's going to act yet, so I might need a jump start.
Shit, man, you exaggerating, man. That's what you do.
Oh, there ain't no exaggerating to it. My spot is the highest point in Topeka, Kansas. And, actually, the highest point where I was going out, I think they kind of sort of might have that blocked off a little bit. And I don't know if there's going to be access to it anymore after they get the construction. However, and so then I'll be blocked just by a little bit of a hill, but still going to be higher than any other spot in town. And like I said, I don't know much about that vehicle, so I don't know if that battery's going to get ate up right away or what. I definitely cannot leave the vehicle running because I don't want it to overheat. So, but yeah, man, 1 and 1. We'll see what happens.
Shit, you ain't do that before, so you ain't gonna do that now. Shit.
And man, you're high as hell. I remember the first summer I met your ass, I was spanking the shit out of you barefoot. Everywhere you went, it didn't matter where you went. And then you got me at the apartment building. Deacon could only hear you word for word. He could tell I was in there, but he couldn't understand what I was saying. I gave you props for that one. But, you know, when I come up off the barefoot side, man, it's over with.
Man, do something like that, you don't know already. Man, you can't, man, don't you know you came to the parking lot down there. I whooped your ass to the parking lot and shit. When I put that big cover, when I put that cover thing back there, you come out of clothes and I whooped your ass with it.
What'd you say, Freebird? Am I feeding back?
Yeah, it sounds like you're just rolling in behind your voice a little bit.
Yeah, you are.
What is that? What's doing it? I mean, what's it sound like? Like a squeal?
You know it's a damn squeal.
Yeah, kind of like a squeal.
Really? Like a buzz or squeal? I don't even have anything on, man. I'm just strictly barefoot radio. Let me see, where's my mic gain?
There you go.
There we go. I got a short or a dirty relay, dirty contact in my mic gain knob.
He's a dirty little boy.
It's messed up.
Surprise, surprise.
You keep on saying a lot of Kool-Aid jump.
He's dirty.
Is it still doing it?
Yeah, he's doing it. Dirty jumper.
A dirty jumper.
No, Bandit, it ain't.
Dirty jumper.
Certain people tell me things I don't even listen to them because I don't believe a word they say. But other people say something, I pay attention because they're being truthful.
I was going to do the polite thing and raise my hand and go break, and then let you say, come on, breaker, and then tell you it was squealing, but I couldn't get a spot in there.
Hey, Bandit. Well, I wouldn't have expected it. See, some things you say ain't true too, man.
You need to stand up. Pay attention.
I can't stand up, man.
He's got one leg shorter than the other.
I'm down like 4 flat tires, man, right now. I got the bench all out of whack.
4 flat tires, you don't have to worry about them brakes yet.
You got something really going.
Sure, somebody ring the bell. It's time to take these kids to school.
I said you got 4 flat tires.
No brakes yet.
No what shit?
No brakes.
Oh yeah, no brakes.
Yeah, he's saying if you got 4 flat tires, brakes ain't your problem.
Not until I get the drums done. Come on.
There you go with them moccasins again.
Till I get my moccasins on my drummers, on my drums, my tom-toms. No, wait a minute. Last time,
Oh no.
I climbed up in my bunk.
You had who in your bunk?
Tom-tom.
Tom?
Come.
That's it. It's time to take the ducks to school.
That's the second time they rang. It's over with.
Hey, 5-5, I apologize for them interrupting our conversation, man, but I'll put it on you later.
Man, I don't care about that shit, man. You don't bother me no shit. It's time to have fun, like dogs say.
Right. Let them have fun, man. I'm all for them having fun.
Dave, we just tell him he was squealing is all.
Keep talking until the squeal come back, man.
It sounds like an SWR squeal.
You're not squealing, 5.
I said you keep talking until your squeal come back.
Yeah, I'll keep talking till the squeal comes back. That means you're keying on me.
It's sort of like saying it ain't over till the fat lady sings.
Something like that. Let me turn this radio up on the other side and see what that does. Hello, come in.
Better do more than that.
Shit, 10-8 straight now.
You might want to put this on in a minute.
Let me get here and finish this bench off.
See, you'll be want to go to 7 in a few minutes.
He's on 10-7 now.
Yep,
She ain't gonna be all about they can on it. I'm about to go.
beat up on.
He 10-7 as soon as you squeeze that key. Shame on it.
Ain't nobody left to build it up. I'm good.
Bandit done left the building.
Say what?
You said Bandit done left the building.
That's right. Thank you and good night.
I told you, see, his little shiny ass wanna go now.
That's pretty darn bad. I don't know where he's at, but he just keyed right over the top of Bandit, just like that.
Poof, and he's gone.
Because I didn't say nothing.
Shit, man, you was on the damn mall, man. Don't come in with that shit.
And don't make me drop them all on you.
Good luck.
Bandit, I know what to do.
I know where you live, too.
He said nothing about where you live. I said, I know what to do.
Oh, yeah, tuck tail and run.
Shit, I'm not going on.
Wax buildup in
Shit,
here,
I'm
dude.
gonna get with you.
Shit, tonight.
Shit, I'm gonna get with you, homie.
What do you mean tonight, Freebird?
You talking about that gay shit? I'm talking about whooping your ass with the radio.
He was saying he had some wax built up there.
Scratchy, yucky sound when everybody's talking.
5-5 needs to get back out there to Walmart and sell his Girl Scout cookies in his little blue dress with yellow polka dots.
What are you doing? Shit, we got polka dots on too?
There's not you.
That's what I'm trying to
Damn, he went in polka dots too?
That's what I heard.
I heard it too.
for me when they're keying down on me.
Damn, the Bandit wearing polka dots
If
too?
y'all were there, I wouldn't have heard it.
Yeah, they was, just like they're doing you, but you still got through it.
Polka dots.
Oh, if you can hear me, you're not me.
You got on polka dots.
That's what I'm saying, they ain't got enough.
Oh, hey there, pork chop. I heard you come in there a second ago.
I'm around.
You just need to turn it up a little bit and then they key me out.
Shit, man, all you gotta do is run barefoot like I do.
Change the color on them polka dots, barefoot.
Oh, you are barefoot?
He's wearing his moccasins.
I'm just up in the mic all the way.
Shit, we're all barefoot, man. Right here, strictly barefoot. Come on.
Moccasins.
This is arm length away from the mic. Bandit always complaining nothing in the mic.
Yeah, this is arm.
I want to do Bandit complain when he
Fell off the end of my lip. This is with my lip.
Only way on a diet.
He'll complain about that too.
I ain't don't complain about shit, man. I got a Cobra 29 LTD Classic.
Mine up!
It already is.
In the world. Ain't no way you're getting over me.
You complain about your play date, fool.
I don't complain about no play date.
I just turned my ground plane towards you and nobody can get over you, Bandit. Don't worry about it.
All right, man.
Complaining his radio came in a box that says play school.
Right at you.
My radio came in a Cracker Jack box.
I want to talk to. This radio came in a play date
Playing into the northeast.
You're aiming it towards the ghost, huh?
No, I'm aiming it towards you. Actually, I take that back. You're not northeast. You're more east than... No.
Nerd.
I'm in the, Yeah, north is over that way. Towards Goodyear.
He don't know where he's at. He's lost. Put a plate of...
Did he get that antenna up?
Goodyear.
10-4, 101, 10-4.
Northeast.
That's right.
Is about
Did he get that beam built and stacked up there on a stick?
What do you think?
just to the right of the...
Or is it way in the backyard still?
I know where my money's on.
You just aimed it straight down the street, pretty much all the way straight down your street, which is probably a little bit northwest. You'd almost hit me, because Topeka Boulevard has an angle to it, and I'm just a little off Topeka Boulevard, and you're just a little off Topeka Boulevard. So I don't think you need to head it east at all, just straight to the north.
Yeah, well, if I look towards Payless or Goodyear, that's due north for me. So if I go straight down the boulevard, that's...
You'll get lost.
East. But, yeah, it's definitely not straight north. Topeka Boulevard is already low due north, due south. North and south runs like...
Breaker 19, breaker 19.
Leasers.
Ah, come on, 9, breaker.
10-4, 101, 10-4.
Oh,
Yeah, Gilmore. From my location.
Yeah, Roger Dodger.
I got a compass over here, and I can hang on to it. North to me right here would be straight out my window. My trailer faces east and west, and the side of it faces straight north. But you look at the compass, and north is east. From my trailer, it ain't straight north, it's a little to the east.
Wow.
Yeah, when I put a compass on here, north is, like I said, well, let's just say I look at Topeka High, okay?
Only because there's girls there. That's why he's looking there.
About X.
Well, he forgot. When he was doing that compass, he forgot it's not accurate if he's keyed down.
Where
Well, that's why it spins to the left, to the right.
that's due north.
That with or without you keying down your radio?
Do what?
3 blocks or 4 blocks off the...
Well, you know that compass needle's going to change when you key down.
That's without keying down. That's just standing out in the yard or on the roof with the compass.
Is that true north or magnetic north? I guess if you're using the compass, that'd be magnetic north, huh?
Well, it's true north on the iPad. But I bought a brand new compass with the azimuth and all that. I haven't even opened it yet. I'm sure that's magnetic north.
They work good when you open them, though, and yeah, it would be magnetic.
Roger Dodgy. Yeah, that's exactly right. Hey, no.
Yeah, come on.
You got a chance to do that thing?
I got a chance to put on the bench, but I ain't done nothing with it yet.
Yeah, okay.
That same one you threw out to the curb and I picked up last night?
That was the other one.
Oh, really? That was my shit?
Yeah, some old trashy, Mako something and some bullshit Galaxy trash and a couple of played out 2510s, you know, just old bad as trash.
Freebird got bent over.
Dude, I put them all together. I got one slapped together right now. It keys up dead watt in 100.
There you go.
See 10 out of them?
Yeah, Rude Dog worked that one over for you there, Freebird?
Well, give me that 2600 too, so out of all of that, I got a good working radio out of it.
Yeah, you have to divide that in half because of the 2600.
Is that new math?
That's old math applied now.
Old school boys.
I don't know any schoolboys. Sorry.
Well, I guess in your case, I'm a little priest.
A little what?
You know, a little Catholic priest.
When I was in high school, we used to go across the street to the Catholic church on lunch break. We could smoke over there. You couldn't smoke at school, but you could smoke on the Catholic church porch. That's pretty damn cool, isn't it?
Yeah, you can smoke on the porch. Pack lunch.
Ah, the good old days. Cigarettes were cheap. Tobacco was cheap.
My girlfriend was cheap.
Well,
Don't believe me, ask everybody in town.
it's pretty quiet now, isn't it?
They all shut up.
Why?
They'll be like, God damn, how did Bandit find that shit out?
Hope he doesn't got no damn videos or Polaroids.
Yeah, because rare occasion when I did get a chance to romp in the hay with her, she was always like, Bandit 10-9, 10-9, woo, dog, 10-8.
And then you hear this flash, and there's the old Polaroid film going, ba-ching, kicking out, and there it is for the life of however long a Polaroid lasts, right?
You said she was cheap. I don't know. Every time I got her, she paid pretty good. She'd buy dinner and all.
Damn.
Jeez.
Alright, that's it, I'm 10-7. Too sensitive for this shit.
There's your ex, not your new one.
Oh, okay, well, we're in good shape then.
You got a new one? What's her name?
Well, I really don't want to say it over the air, but her CB handles dog father.
Oh, well, I probably know her if she's a her.
She's purty.
She's got purty mouth.
That's weird.
No, I don't have a new girlfriend.
Well, Freebird's lying. I never thought Freebird would lie.
Well, Freebird just knows I'm a hoe. Just because they're here one day and gone the next, he thinks they stay around. He thinks it's the same one.
You know, I'm putting this together now. If you had one for a little bit, and just not too longer, I don't know what, 25, 35 minutes ago, Freebird was talking about his brand new mattress he's had for 5 days.
Oh boy.
For me, 6 days ago.
What?
I dropped it like it was hot.
Freebird, you got a new girlfriend up there that's Bandit's old girlfriend since you got that new mattress?
Trash.
Go to another channel, right?
Ever hear that song, Sleeping Single?
Yeah, that's too much like work.
Yeah, Freebird, I hear you sleeping single in a double bed.
There we go. We'll go with $1.50.
Who's the guy with the dead key that's plus 30 on the old meter here?
What's this doing on your meter?
Shit.
Plus 30.
Same time, and Dogfather was still keen on you.
Awesome.
Rude Dog, you ought to know what it's doing on this meter.
I'll 10 for on the 9 numbers.
No, this ain't the Galaxy. It really is a Cobra 29. But you're close. 8 numbers. But that's after it went around 30 one time.
So your meter is like a clock.
When Rude Dog keys down, it's like a freaking... Oh, yeah! Man.
What was it like?
A 3-speed fan.
On what? Medium?
Probably on low. Stop it.
I've heard radios before when they're out there talking, it sounds like it's going, and they're out there still talking.
That's why I'm in my mobile.
Sure.
I figured they had their dang window down and they were in a truck or something with loud exhaust, but I didn't know.
No, I was rolling my mini bike. I was on my moped.
I got a filter I'll sell you that'll clean that up.
Worry about it being cleaned up, because it'll already be a nice, new, clean bike, ready to go.
Keeps your carburetor a lot cleaner so it don't get dirty, it sounds like.
Fuel cleaner. Injectors.
Me being dirty again.
Hey!
Just call me Dirty Diana.
Who's out there in DX land trying to get through my locals?
Go ahead, DX Land, 417 Northeast Kansas with this small drop. Tell me what they say, Freebird.
Well, I didn't hear them after I yelled at them, and they didn't come back ever after that, but I heard them between you guys three talking.
Ziggy on his dummy load again.
No. He talks to me all the time with these antennas unscrewed all the way, and I go to talk back, and I know people ain't hearing him at all, so after a while I quit doing that, so it don't look like I'm over here talking to myself.
All you guys gotta do is just get a couple dummy loads, or a couple walkie-talkies. Hell, really, all you gotta do is just turn that flat side up to the north, and you'll be gone for the most part. And then go up on a frequency that you dedicate or designate or resignate with each other, and don't tell nobody, and there you go.
I got a walkie-talkie, and if I'm in my house, nobody's going to hear me, but if I step outside, I guarantee you'd hear me talking, and Milkdud could hear me talking. I bet Dogfather could hear me talking on that walkie-talkie.
Oh yeah, I believe you. I've talked to people on my walkie-talkie here in the house, so I know. I got a bunch of these 2-meter radios over here, though. You guys get a couple of those 2 meters, and you won't even have to worry about the CB.
Kid just
Well, when I go up there and start keying on them.
son worked here, and he found a set in the trailer they left that's like walkie-talkies, and there was like, and I went and got on my TV once because I got a hold of one and turned it on and went out and stood in with my truck and keyed up on every damn channel from 1 to 40, and it never did key up on that walkie-talkie. But there's 3 channels on that little thing, and you had 2 separate little chargers to where they sat in them, so you could take one to his place. I could have one in my place and set them in the thing and let them sit there and be on charge the whole time, and leave them on, and you could key up and talk back and forth. And when you hit the button, if I hit my button, it goes on his side down there. It goes to let you know I'm keying up, and then you can pick it up. And when you key up to talk, when you're holding it in, my radio down here goes and then you keep on holding it in to talk, right? But it lets me know you're keying up too, and now you're getting ready to talk. And I drove away from that dude, and in a straight line with no hills between us, I went about 2.5 miles before I hit a hill and went over top that hill. And once I went over top that hill, they quit working. We didn't hear each other no more, but I thought that was bad as shit.
Yeah, those are those family mobile radio service radios or whatever. I know you
Mud.
electronic section. They'll say like Cobra or Uniden, and they got ridiculous 16 or 32 mile ranges to them. I've seen them as high as 45 miles, but they're only a line of sight family mobile radio service, FMRS or something like that. And on your Roger tones there, what's cool about it is you can key it down and hold, or you can hold the PTT button down, the push to talk button, and hit the button for the Roger beep or Roger tone. And while that's keyed down, it'll be quiet on your end, and it'll go, to his radio without you having to hear it on your end, and then, as long as it's keyed down. But if you just push it, it'll automatically key it down, and it'll be heard on your radio as well as his.
Roger. Well, these like I say, these are like walkie-talkies. They didn't, unless they had a service hooked up. There wasn't no phone on it or nothing else. It was just like a 2-way radio.
Yeah, that's what they are. That's what they call them.
Were they 14 channel or 22 channel?
Radios. They're little walkie-talkies.
Oh man, I remember the 13s.
Yeah, like the one I got over.
You do?
I've got several of them, but like say for instance you got.
I think that's the Australian model.
Well, then within
We had a 13-channel mobile.
channels,
Yeah.
say channel
This was in the 70s. I don't know where we got it.
channel 11, let's say. So you could be on main 2, offset 11, and as long as
Probably a business band, something or another.
same frequency, you could be able to talk, and that's
I don't know.
because you can scan the band, you can scan it, put it on scan, and you can pick up, whoever might be out there, but it's hard.
Nobody.
Every single available frequency, like channel 1, offset 3, or, channel 14, offset 7. It's hard to pick all those up, so that's what makes it so good. There's a lot of space for a lot of people to talk on there and never really bump into anybody else.
Just because you're changing the offset doesn't mean you're still sitting on the same frequency. Now, you're still going to get heard. It's just a matter of whose squelch you're breaking.
Well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying, though. Like, if I'm on channel 2 and you're on 211, I'm not going to hear you with any type of distance between us. But if you're standing right next to me, sure, I'd probably hear you.
but we're still using the same frequency, so we could still interfere with each other. We're still occupying the same bandwidth. It's just I'm electronically telling someone else's squelch to open and not your squelch. It doesn't mean I'm not there. I mean, if you squelch the person out on CB, they're still there, and you still have to wait for them to be quiet to talk to whoever's in the way of, that person and who you're trying to talk to. So if I'm on my family radio and I'm sitting next to your buddy you're trying to talk to, and you're keying down trying to talk to him, you ain't going to know you because I'm going to key on you, but you're not even going to know it because your squelch won't break to let you know I'm the one keying on you.
Right, exactly. And that's why, too, I think you had a few problems with, when you were trying to get that son of a gun to get back in your ear, or you were getting ready to try to talk, but the damn squelch wouldn't shut up or, long enough for you to key it up. That's because, for whatever reason, you're still recognizing you on that channel, but like you said, the squelch, you got to get that thing to shut up first before you can keep back down.
Yeah, you can't do duplex on a single radio because you can't transmit and receive at the same time, even if they do split.
Roger.
But you sure can on the 2950s, come on.
Yeah, but they can't receive and transmit at the same time. Even if they can split, that's a good thing. That's part of it, but that won't get you full duplex because you can't transmit and receive at the same time on that same radio.
Yeah, that's correct. That is correct, but still pretty cool, though, for a couple of radios he just found or whatever. The whole complete set. Well, hell, we used to play with them all the time. Remember when I had that apartment over there on 6th Street, and I had those walkie-talkies with the big telescopic antennas, and then we had those family radios, too. Those were always kind of fun to tinker with.
Yeah, those old walkie-talkies with telescopers were pretty good. Them family radios always been kind of junk, man. They're not really good for much. I mean, you know what I use them for, but most people, they don't use them that way. So they don't generally get used because, like you said, they say up to 100 miles on the package, but unless you can see that far, you're not talking that far in reality. They said the first hill or the first building or whatever obstacle, and you're gone, and people get tired of that, and so it spends the rest of its life in a drawer until somebody picks them up, throws them away because they're useless.
Right, 10-4. Hey, nice of you to bless us with your presence. Go ahead, your turn. Nice of you to bless us with your presence. Go ahead, your turn.
What's going on out there?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm doing just great.
Right on. Hey, I've got an appointment tomorrow. Can I get a ride?
That's funny.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, well, it's waving the hand, everybody.
Waving right back. I'm 10-6.
Milkdud!
Hey, Milkdud. I was about to tell this amazing Milkdud tale until you come online here and started blabbering.
No good. You gonna take that?
I'm getting ready to say he's almost getting as bad as 8.5 too.
Hey, what? I've been living right.
Well, Milkdud, they was talking about telescoping antennas on walkie-talkies, and I was going to tell them about that jewel you got there that you showed me one day, and then you was talking to Freebird from the front of your house all the way across there to North Topeka. And I was going to brag you up a little bit, but I changed my mind since you're on here to hear about it. I ain't going to tell them.
Yeah, tell him, man. Talk me up. I was the one with the telescopic walkie-talkies back in the day.
Yuck.
This was last year.
10-1 last year. Let me get out of here, man. He's trying to wave a hand. I'm going to stand by.
Where you going?
We don't got no big loud radios over here. We just got peanut whistle mud bucks, 10-4.
Go ahead for Milkdud for Freebird.
Yeah, I don't know where you said you was at. We're up here in the northeast corner of Kansas running peanut whistle mud buck radios, 10-4. Well, 10-4 on sounded good in South Carolina. Whew, I heard that. Well, you ain't too strong, but I hear you in there pretty good. Got a lot of local traffic going on, so I got to catch you just at the right moment. But we heard you say South Carolina, so we're going to give you a wave up here in the northeast corner of Kansas, about 60 miles to the west of Kansas City, and we back quiet.
Kansas City. 683 back out of the way. What do you work on the fields? You don't want me to work them out there, you know. You copy that?
Yeah, 683. This is Dogfather. I copy that out here in Topeka, Kansas. Yeah, that is a lot.
683. 417 with no ears.
Hey, 417, come on in here, 018.
Hey, I think I heard you come back to me, man. I got a really crappy radio. Happy New Year. 683, 417, Northeast Kansas, standing by.
Hey, 117, 018, you believe it's with a wave.
Flat is where it's at.
Bullshit. Better be on the flip side. Screw the flat side.
Man, the flat side will roll over on the flip side and dig it down and flip it, smack it up, and put it on the ceiling before you can even breathe.
Yeah, somebody stuck their head between your legs. You probably couldn't breathe either.
That's right. I said it. Flat is where it's at. Especially between my legs.
And where it's at, I'm on the flat.
Sound like you got somebody's face between your legs.
I'm 24/7 out there in the...
Oh, what?
Hey, 683, 417, Northeast.
That's all right. Well, you on the flat side. I'm running vertical over here, but you know, you can run flat. I won't hold it against you.
I'm hearing him on the old ground plane just as fine.
That skip flips and flops it enough. It practically comes down both anyway.
Exactly, and I need some more volts, so let me go.
Hey, 683, holla.
It's just all about having some gain. You gotta have some out there with some gain. That zero game just is no fun at all.
Shit, ninjas, I got more game than Monopoly.
Who's got the zero gain?
Not game, gain.
Who's got the zero gain? Let me push that in a little harder.
Oh, it's talking Bandit anyway. Anybody that's got an antenna that's got, you know, more dB gain in the plus department than a half wave dipole.
I love my little gain and I'm getting up.
5/8 waves, pretty good gain.
Got a touch over half wave, that's right, for sure.
Take it easy on him, rude dog, but let him know.
Well, it isn't a element beam by any chance, but it is no half wave or quarter wave.
Yeah, quarter wave, that's bad. Because you're already starting out in the negative.
Well, I'm organized. Like you said, 018.
Davis, we appreciate your comeback. 214 Northeast Kansas, Coast Radio, Topeka. We're standing by.
That's right.
You betcha.
Yeah.
I suppose I should build a flat-sided long john like Milkdud's got.
Why stop with one full wave when you can do two?
Northeast Kansas, right? Everybody's on the flat side. I'm on the flip side. I'm in between.
Do both.
G. Shoot.
Why stick yourself to one or the other? Do both.
Hey, 683, 417, we feel to Kansas. Let them know when they all button up. I said let them know when they all button up. 417's on top of the game. 683, 73's, we're standing by.
Go grab that antenna tomorrow, Zig Zag.
No, I don't need to. Go pay your rent.
It's just wire.
Yeah, for your sake. I can't put that thing up here in the city, man. I'd have to put it up back at my mom's house. No, I thought about it tonight. I got persuaded to, get the beam back or move in with this bitch and have sex all the time. Well, I think I'm going to have to and pass it up and go with the bitch. But I see how they got him. He's going to get the beam. He's going to get the beam. I don't know.
That's what got him out of there.
Right by your gate.
That's what got him out of there.
He's going to get the beam. Hell no. And I don't want to subject her. I'll spend time with her, not the radio stuff.
That's right.
Boy, you guys, it's time for you guys to be big dogs and step up to the plate. Who's gonna buy the old beam, man? $300, you can't go fucking wrong. Your rotor problem solved. It's all there. It's all new and fresh, just never used. It's a deal, man. For somebody.
Shit, come on, really? I got a rotor. I got a damn tower. I don't need none of that shit. Hell, I helped put it up. I know what it's measured out to and what kind of cable it needs and how it's fed and all that bullshit. Like, I got the book over here. If I got one bad enough, I'll build it. Come on.
Easy. Not even the same tower that it was to begin with. My goodness. Good luck. I don't want it.
Well, the way I'm getting it is if he pays me that kind of money to go take it down for him.
Right? Exactly. Hell, they put it up with a boom truck. That was $200. Too much work for me.
I won't use a boom truck.
Thanks, Doyle. Just a chain and a log chain and a truck. Thanks, Doyle. Thanks, 852. Good looking out, buddy.
Well, that's why it's in the condition it's in right now. It's because of a girl. That's how he got out of it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. When I first talked to 852, he told me his exact words was that somebody bought the house and he knows who it is because his dad lives right next door, which is Michael Sr., and that whenever he was ready to come get it, it was his to come get. He said, I'm not in a big hurry. I'm not in a rush for you to come and get it. Just when you do come get it, let me know that you're on your way. And just be careful bringing it down so it don't hit my house. Well, then, fast forward a year or so later, and Dogfather is reading to me an article, an ad about this beam and tower for $1,500 with pictures of 852's old yard. So I had to go talk to 852, and he said he had no clue about that that's what that guy was doing.
So I don't know what he's intending to do, but so far I ain't heard nothing more about it. Except the guy said he'd take $300 for everything.
Sounds stupid.
Well, I tried my best to use my voice properly, but sometimes it messes up on me. Oh, you're talking about the antenna situation, not my voice. Scared me for a minute.
Yeah.
It does sound stupid, man. It really does, because anyway, when you buy something or sell something to somebody, you know, there's a chance that there might be a little sentimental value in what you're getting rid of. But for whatever reason, you go and get rid of it, you know, because you might be in a bind or you might need this or that. But usually the first words out of each other's mouth is, if you decide to sell it, I'd like to have first dibs on it. And the other guy usually says, oh, no problem, you got that coming. You know, but then when you don't got that coming, it makes you think that the buyer was just trying to hurry up and get that shit and get on down the road. So, I don't know, man, it's kind of crazy. Of course, I bet he didn't count on getting married, getting a girl pregnant, and then her leaving him either, but sometimes things happen. Wonder how come Jaybird don't mama down no more.
Can't find a space.
Can everybody say what they just said, but one at a time, please? Zig, Milkdud, go first. Okay, Milkdud wants to pass on his. Go ahead, Ziggy.
I wasn't even in it.
Oh, okay. And I don't know who the third person was, but all I heard was Jaybird and Bish. That's all I heard.
That's probably somebody from Skipland saying he was cool.
Oh, and Skipland knows I'm cool. I'm cool on my stool. Shout out to my brothers in Skipland.
Waving a hand to, let's see, who do we got on the list tonight? Dirty Diaper. This guy from is going to come through here in such and such a time. He's going to wave at us as he comes through on Channel 17, Colorado Springs. Something, Travis T, I think's his name, and I can't remember the other guys.
Triple T or Travis T?
I think it was Travis T, and then there's a guy from Oklahoma. I think I heard him coming in there earlier tonight, trying to do the short skip to catch up here to us. Something Wolf, I think, was his handle.
Oh, and Dogfather, it is a travesty if you can't remember.
Tony T. I just went back and looked. It's Tony T from Colorado Springs. He's going to give us a holler when he comes through on 70. And then Gray Eagle out of Central Oklahoma. I think he was trying, somebody from Central Oklahoma is hollering in earlier tonight, and I think that's who it was. And was out there, so.
Oh, well, that makes perfectly good sense. And that's a real animal. Tony the Tiger. Info. I just want to know what happened to 683.
that's one of those Twilight Zone things.
Yeah, I switched over to my other radio and he was gone. Milkdud, what did you do today, man? Did you have an enjoyable day? No contact, Milkdud. Must be on the phone. Tell her I said howdy.
We invited to the wedding, Milkdud.
Yeah, I'm the best man. What you talking about?
Are there going to be mints and snacks?
There's gonna be.
Don't let him lie to you, he's the flower girl.
There's gonna be Dr. Pepper and strawberry cheesecake. What was the 20 on the cheese and crackers? Whenever you want some
Right next to Bandit's wine.
cheese and crackers, just let me know.
And Roger on Bandit's the flower girl.
Stop it, silly.
Just kind of hanging back there waiting for that opportunity, aren't you, Pork Chop?
Oh yeah, somebody is. Poor chap don't wait on an old man. He's gonna just go out and take his. Move up in you. Here you go.
He took that opportunity.
He said, "Yaw."
I was just repeating what I heard.
Yeah, I heard that too. I didn't know it was true, but I guess if two people say it, then it's true.
I bet you're one of those types that believe what you read on the internet the first time.
No, I just said I heard it from two sources, so then it's true. So the first time wouldn't be true on the internet.
Well, sure would, because you don't hear anything on the internet. You'd be reading that and you'd be like, wow, man, that's probably true right there.
You're such a silly little girl. There's things on the internet that actually talk to you nowadays.
Oh, really? Man, that's what's wrong with me. Maybe I better get rid of this 88 XT. Do you recommend anything good?
Is that why you're having problems with that video gate over there? You were trying to read it?
Ooh, I don't know if he's making fun of you or me, but I don't care. That shit was funny.
I just got up off my chair. I was laughing so hard. I don't know if he's laughing at me or you, like you just said there, but it sure was funny.
I bet we could take 50-50 on the credit.
I'll give you 49. I'll take 51.
That way you retain ownership.
I was going to ask you what the hell you want to drink milk for.
So you don't turn into a dud? Hey, what the? Milkdud, I'm going to ask you one more time, man. What did you do today and how was your day?
Don't tell him.
Wonderful day, man. A really nice day. Just a great day.
Roger, what did you do today? Anything interesting?
None of his business.
Leaky faucet on the sink.
Fix the faucet on the sink. That's right on time. I have a true story.
Tell me.
Well, do you remember how she said that she always seemed like she had to put antifreeze in there because the light always kept coming on?
I didn't know about that. I didn't know.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I determined that
it's not anything serious. That reservoir probably has a hole in it or a leak somewhere around there, which causing it to drain, past where that sensor is, that when there's liquid there, that light won't come on. But when it goes below it, that's when it pops on and says low coolant. But there's still plenty of antifreeze in the radiator itself. So I just got to figure out, A, where that hole is, or B, where I can get another reservoir, and that'll possibly fix that problem.
Oh, you forgot about C. You forgot all about option C. That's a little piece of black electrical tape.
That new flex all tape that will be able to float a boat even after you saw it in half, that kind of tape.
No. The kind of little piece of black electrical tape that you put over that light, so you don't see it when it comes on.
Hey, Ron Joe, man. Hey, that's perfect. But actually, option D is, I'm still working on it because periodically I can just be going down the road and the radio comes on. Go figure that one out.
Bandit technology.
Bomb.
You hit bumper, comes on, you get mad and tap the dash, hit the dash and it go off.
Keep putting mad and tap the dash in the same sentence when it comes to me. More like put my fist right through it.
I'm just glad it does everything it's supposed to do, man. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, the one guy I talked to today said that with that reverse not working when it warms up or whatever, he said same thing that everybody said, the fluid could be bad, it could be dirty, it could be low, or the filters need to be replaced, but he said something that nobody else has ever said. He said one of the synchronizers could be out of place. And he said if and when you go to have those filters replaced, tell them to look at the synchronizers and see if that's the case.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, it's starting to look a little bit more positive.
So you got a positive contact today?
One thing that I found out not to do, and that's do not sit there letting it idle for any period of time, because that temperature creeps up a little bit and gets a little warm, a little smoky in there sometimes.
That's so cool, man. That's really cool. You don't have to walk no more and all that good shit, or wait, or anything. You got it going on. Be nice to it. I made old piece of shit cars last forever, man. I had no other choice. But I only had one vehicle that didn't have a reverse, and I thought it not having a reverse. It was just so cool, man. It was a 1969 Rambler. I forgot what it was. Ambassador. It was an Ambassador, kind of a small Rambler. Had a straight 6 in it. It was yellow with a black top, and it was spotless on the inside. It was just perfect, but it had no reverse. And I thought, well, I'll find me a transmission and blah, 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 blah. 3 years go by. I'm not even really concerned about it because I know where to park at the grocery store. And I know where to roll back, and the car's not real heavy. I still drove it. I liked it.
Oh yeah, and what's really cool about I love those inline sixes, man. I mean, of course, back then I probably wouldn't want to own one nowadays, but back then they were really cool. But remember how I said that the only thing I'm really concerned with is, you know, from the house to the store, the house to treatment, the house to a doctor's appointment, you know, forget this joyriding around town or going out of town. The very first day I got my Nissan, I put 87 miles on it. I think there's 13 or 23 on the sand now. So that just goes to show you that I ain't out there joyriding.
Hey,
Come on!
you said it smokes inside. Is there steam? Where the heater core's leaking? That's where your antifreeze is going?
Well, yeah.
Probably.
I first thought that because when we were cleaning it out, I had put my hand down and on the carpet down there, and it was completely soaked.
Yep.
But we felt up, you know, underneath the dash area on the floor, you know, underneath the, what is it called, the fender well on the inside.
Wow.
And the windows did not steam up, except where the smoke or whatever was coming out of the, between the engine or the hood, you know, up by the windshield. It was like kind of coming up out of there, and that part was coming up by the window and kind of, not really fogging it up, but, you know, you could kind of tell it was putting some yucky stuff on it. But it didn't last long. As soon as I turned the heater on and, you know, started driving again, the temperature went back down. And it never got above normal, really. 210 is with the needle straight up and down in the middle, which is normal. And it did not get past the 210 very much at all. So I know it's got some issues somewhere. I'm just going to figure out where and what it is. And I think it could be from that reservoir that's leaking. It's probably, the antifreeze is probably splashing on the exhaust pipe or something, causing that steam to come up.
Negative. It's coming from your radiator core or your heater core.
Negative. We just talked about that.
I'll bet you 15 cents it is. You don't think it is, but I bet it is. It ain't coming from your exhaust pipe dripping in there, coming back into your cabin. I'll bet you 15 cents.
Oh, see, information for the nickel. I never said that it was in the cabin at all. Never once did I say.
All right, you win. I owe you a quarter, or no, 20 cents.
Tell him one more time, Milkdud.
I never once heard him say that.
Hey, Milkdud.
My 20 cents tomorrow would be cool with you.
Yeah, I'll put it in the mail.
Be cheaper if you just come put it in my mailbox. Wait a minute, you stay out of my mailbox.
And just go from motor back into the motor, and then if it quit doing that and it quit overheating so much because you ain't losing antifreeze no more, and it's keeping the antifreeze in it, you knew it was heated core then.
That was a train wreck at the beginning, but can you repeat the first part of that, Freebird?
Like I said, if you turn around and found your two hoses that come out of your heater core and go down there and just take them and unhook them and put a block in there and bypass them, where it don't go up in that heater core and just comes out of your motor and goes back down into your motor, and put 2 clamps on like a U piece of pipe, where you'd join them together, and then you'd know if it was a heater core not leaking if it quit leaking.
Yeah, or also the T, for the radiator flush. You can put that T in line there and then shut the valve off. Or no, you wouldn't want to shut the valve off. You'd want to have it open so then it can flow like you're talking about with the pipe, and just disconnect it from there and see. But it wouldn't really have an opportunity to leak then because it would be bypassing it altogether.
Still a heater core.
Still the heater core.
Hey, Milkdud, got a quick question for you.
He's got a quick answer. Why am I cutting out? God dang, it's like I have no audio. I have no...
Well, you got audio. It just wasn't very good.
What's going on?
It's because his pants are too tight.
There we go. Oh, wow, my talkback's going out. Really freaking nifty. We'll shut that off anyway. Go ahead for Milkdud.
So a good technician can work on that.
Let's hear the question.
That ambassador you was talking about there, was it a 2-door or was that a 4-door?
It's a 2-door. It might have been a American classic, but I think it was Ambassador. But it was small, wasn't a really big car, wasn't a heavy car at all. But it had the cool ass seats, front seats. I would lay down into the back, so you could sleep in it. That was their big deal,
Push button shift knob on the dash, little square with the push buttons in it to shift your transmission.
It didn't have a top on it, or you gotta let the top down, and you could have your surfboard back there on the roll bars.
No, it was a hard top. It was cool.
Joe, push button transmission though, like he's talking about.
No, it was on the shift, on the column. It was automatic, but it was on the column.
Yeah, 3 on the tree. That's the way my 77 Nova was. Real cool.
What year was it though?
69.
Oh, okay. That's probably why. And my sister, I think, had that same style. I thought it was what you called it now?
I think it is.
An Ambassador or an American classic or something like that, maybe. It was cool though, man. It had a straight 6 and it was really good on gas. Had plenty of power. Wasn't a heavy car.
He called it a Rambler.
I'm thinking hers was called a Royal Ambassador, but I don't remember that either. Nash. And it was a push button, but it was like a 62 or 63.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say there, Milkdud, is because there's this really, I think it's a sweet looking car anyway. I think it's a 62, and it's an Ambassador up there in North Topeka. I saw not that long ago, and it's such a sweet looking car. It's a 4-door though.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. Hers was a 4-door, and it had like
You'll find out when he hears that Watergate bag or video gate.
king-size bed.
Hey, okay, milk truck. I don't know the year or nothing, but We had a milk truck back in the day, Rude Dog. You probably remember that one, don't you? That blue one me, Joe, and Rusty had. That thing was all push-button transmission.
Dodge did that too.
Hell, it might have been a Dodge. I can't remember, but I just know it was a milk truck, an old milk truck or mail truck or whatever you wanted to call it, and it was blue and push-button transmission. We always drove with the side door open.
Was it a step van?
Yeah, it had some steps leading up to get inside of it.
Yeah, it is called step van, yeah. Usually only one seat.
Yeah, it had the driver's seat, and I think if we were rolling with him, or if anybody rolled with us, that we had a couple 5-gallon buckets. I think the fender well actually was square enough to sit on too, but we had a 5-gallon bucket up front. Had the little windows and slide open. It was really cool.
Hey man.
Come on.
Hey, I just shot a message over to that kid that's got that tower net antenna. I said, hey, we'll take it down for nothing. He came back and says, no.
Okay, well then I'm gonna charge you $300.
Well, that's your option. You can get a hold of him and say, hey, I can remove that for $350 for you.
Yeah, I'm just telling him, hey, I heard that one of my friends said that they would take that down for nothing, and he turned it down, so I'll do it for $300. And but you wanted $300 for it, didn't you? Okay. Well, essentially I'll be taking it down for nothing, but we'll let you believe that I'm getting it for $300.
He did come back and say thank you, though, so.
That was very nice of him. Good looking out, Michael. Oh, can you pass that number over to Ziggy when you hear him again, please?
Who?
Ziggy, when you hear Ziggy again, can you give him Michael's number?
I don't got his number. It's on the internet. You just gotta search. What is that? Tradio? No. Trading place? Face page? I don't know. One of those things. And then you type in antenna tower or CB antenna or something like that. And then you just flip through a bunch of pictures and then you see the one that you're talking about, and then you can send him a little message right there. I don't got a phone number.
Yeah, you're talking about the Facebook Marketplace. I think 55 actually has a number maybe, so I'll get with him and find out.
Well, I suggest that the next person offer up that they will remove it for him for a fee, and then it'll become more reasonable to negotiate to I'll let you come and get it. Because personally, I don't want it, but you can have it if you want it.
Oh, I don't want it. That used to be Ziggy's antenna, and I know he would like to have it, but like he said, he can't really put it up here in town or where he's at anyway. I mean, it's already proven that you can put it up in town, but I don't think he can put it up where he's at. But still, that's really not the point, that guy should not have sold it out from underneath 852 without his knowledge, He didn't even consult him on it.
It's still sitting over there. It ain't sold.
No, it's not sold yet because nobody's going to pay that god-awful price, but that guy should not have told 852 that it could stay there as long as he needed it to, and to come get it whenever he could come get it, and then try to sell it out from underneath of him without his knowledge. But when I told 852
about him too about that. He said he had no clue, but he said technically, you know, it really technically became his property as soon as he bought the place. He said there's nothing I can really do about it other than, you know, the guy gave me his word that, you know, I could get it whenever, but whenever does not constitute a time limit or a timeline, so, you know, I don't know what the guy's thinking.
Well, according to his space page thing, his house is safe zone. You can have coffee and tea there. Be ready in minutes. So you could just kind of swing by and discuss this antenna situation.
That sounds real friendly like. Will they service some tea and coffee or cookies or should we call first and see if they're going to have the cooking hot dogs or hamburgers outside?
It says coffee or tea can be ready in minutes. My table is non-judgmental.
A couple tables into the church and throw up a small grill and a bunch of hot dogs to see what happens.
Let me tell you, last month somebody invited me to go to that church because they had feast, some kind of feast was Sunday. Now here it's every Sunday, but man, those people laid it out. They had all kinds of awesome food.
Awesome?
Yeah, they can throw down. But I think that'd be funny, man. Like, you know what a flash mob is, don't you? Where you basically get a whole bunch of people to show up at a certain location at a certain time, and then they perform, you know, whatever act that you tell them to perform. That would be hilarious to get a flash mob over to that guy's yard and, you know, tell him everybody that showed up is interested in finding out about the antenna and tower, that they saw the ad on the Facebook Marketplace, and have a couple other guys bring out some tables and a grill and some hot dog and buns and just set up in his yard and go to town.
Man, all you gotta do is invite the Phelpses over there across the street.
Tell him there's gonna be a soldier funeral.
Yeah.
You know, you go over there and you talk to him nice and visit with him and ask him how much, and you start negotiating how much, and you tell him, well, if I give you the $300, could you have it down by tomorrow? And he said, oh, no, you got to take it down. Oh, no, I'm not taking it down and paying you $300. Sorry, and you leave. And then you have somebody else go over there a couple of days later and do pretty much the same thing over and over and over, and he'll find out there ain't nobody going to give you $300 and take it down.
She's learning that now anyway.
But I'll give you $100 and I've got 250 people here in your yard that's willing to help me take it down right now.
And the Phelpses.
And the Phelpses are over there across the street with the camcorders just to make sure that no damage happens to your house.
And how many nooses are hanging from that antenna?
Isn't it ironic Fred Phelps died of colon cancer, yet he spews hate about God hates fags and God hates America, and every single member of his family is either gay or lesbian? I mean, come on. You see the irony in that? So essentially every time they say God hates fags or, you know, whatever they say, they're basically saying that God hates them.
Sad.
In an ironic, funny kind of way, you're right.
And nobody loved him like Dad.
Except Nick or Neil or whatever his name was. Remember, he broke away from the family a long time ago, and he came back. I don't know if he came back after his dad passed or while he was in hospice.
and he gave that big old speech down at the Topeka Center. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was probably the most
Dumbest?
against Phelps speech that could ever come out of somebody's mouth. I mean, it was more true and honest and heartfelt coming from an actual, immediate descendant, and just put a lot of squash into a lot of things, because, everybody thought he was gay and there was this and that. Well, if one family member is, they're all got to be. But he called them out, man. What was that lady's name? Is it Cheryl Phelps or Sherry Phelps, the attorney? I think he called her out first and foremost. She's the one that spewed the most hate and just had an evil look on her face when she was yelling at people, And he was like, there's a number one lesbian right there.
Yeah.
That's funny stuff.
She had the kind of face that make you start drinking.
That reminded me of that joke about why is Chelsea Clinton so ugly? Then she found out Janet Reno wasn't her father. But now I'm thinking about it, it could have been that Cheryl Phelps lady, or Nancy, or whatever her name was, or is.
Freebird, question for you. The ambassador your sister had that you said was a 4-door. There's one on the north side of Topeka up there when you go under the overpass, like you're under 24 or over 24, whatever. I think you go under it up there. And just past there's an insurance place, and there's a little car lot on the right side of the road. There's a little white ambassador back at the Rambler. I think it's an ambassador. I don't know if you ever seen that one, but is that kind of like what that car she had? Because I think that's one of the nicest looking 4-door cars I've ever seen. It's a 62 or 3, I think.
No, I ain't sure where you just said it was.
I guess you probably ain't seen it then, but it's on the north side of 24 on the right side by an insurance agency.
East or west of Topeka Boulevard?
Yeah, it's on Topeka on the east side there. Well, anyway, someday if you're up that direction, it's kind of hard to see from the street when you go by. When you see that insurance agent sign there and a dentist sign, and there's a car lot there. There's a house right there. I think the guy in the house owns it. It's not the car lot.
And before you cross Soldier Creek, and between Soldier Creek and 24 then?
Yeah.
Roger, well, I go that way a lot. I just don't pay attention half the time. The other one she had was, it was a 4-door, and it almost like you have I swore it had like a little thing, you know how some of the cars had that sun visor over the front? This thing I swore had like a little piece like that built to the back window, to where it had a hangover over the back window a little bit. I'm thinking, but I don't remember, because I was probably 10 years old or something, and she had it and was driving it, and one day we were out with Shawnee Heights, and she said, hey, I got an idea, and she just stopped, and she said, scoot over. And so I scooted over, and she ran around the car and got in the back side, and she said, let's go. And I said, huh? And she said, push that button over there, push D, and let's go. And the road went straight to the south, and about 3 or 4 blocks down the road, it teed. And I was just going. I wasn't giving it gas or nothing. I'm going. I'm enjoying life. And she said, well, turn. I said, turn. Next thing you know, we're in a ditch. Because, hell, I didn't know what turn meant. Or where to right and left or go, stop. Nothing about no brakes. And she's telling me, get in, drive.
That's funny.
Yeah, the car started it started going down the hill before he got to that T, and I bet it goes about 30 miles an hour around that turn. She started grabbing hold of the steering wheel trying to make the turn, and we didn't make it. Wound up going down a little ravine ditch. Was able to put it in reverse and back out, but she said, "What?" And got all pissed off, attitude, and get over here, slide over, and made me get over on the passenger side again. She got on the driver's side and put it in reverse and got out of the ditch. And after that, I didn't learn how to drive no more by her.
Okay, happy yesterday. Oh, no.
At least she was able to back it out of the ditch.
I'll say that.
That was a shitty color, too. It was like a two-tone green. It was a real lime color green and a shitty dark green.
Yeah, I can see where the color makes a shitty car.
Had a refrigerator that color once.
Now it's yellow.
Yeah, my dad and mom had a Ambassador, but I don't know what year it was. It was kind of that greenish color, but it was a good car. It sure was.
Bandit, you're wrong about the color. They start out gold. Everyone that's brand new turns their brand new gold. And about 5 years into it, they start turning a little green. And that's when they get sold and get resold to somebody else, and the next person gets a green ice box. And after they have it 5 or 6 years and get more crud and more grease and more dirt on it, it starts turning brown, and they sell it for another used one to somebody else for a brown color one.
Mr. Brownstein.
Called the one Harvest Gold. I can't remember what they called the green one.
Avocado.
Yeah, we talked about this once on the colors.
It's called avocado.
Poop doggy dog. Peace out.
Peace out.
Later, players.
Go to bed.
Well, I gotta go shake hands with the president, and then I'm gonna slide over into that easy chair and turn on that boob tube. You copy me?
You said you was going to go talk to President Trump, and then you was going to see something about Melania's new boobs.
Man, you're my right-hand man. I don't give a damn what Ghost says about you.
Ghost talks high praises of me. I know that's true.
They're coming out.
I don't care about new boobs. I play with her old ones.
They're in the trash can.
Crazy Rick.
I just said the old one's in the trash can.
I'm there.
They're coming out with the new radio called the Donald T. President.
President Donald T. Guaranteed to be 10-8 straight. And let me guess, instead of heat sinks in the...
Make radio great again.
Yeah.
Gotta protect my final drive somehow, baby.
On the front of it, they got a little teddy bear on the front, and it's called Trumpy Bear.
The Trumpy Bear 40 channel.
That's right.
I can understand the humor and the teasing and the poking fun and all that for a guy that don't know shit about politics. But that's what he has advisors for. That's what he has chiefs of staff for. And guess what? He is not afraid to push the button if we need to push that button. And
Push the button.
Government down. If he's not going to get money for this wall to be built, guess what? Your government, as you know it, is going to be shut down until these American people wake the hell up. But here's where I am conflicted.
How could somebody talk like that and not be drunk?
Much freaking money.
That's funny right there.
He took from his presidential job.
It's called liquid courage.
Why don't you build the damn wall?
Methadone.
It sounds like that he
There's a dog.
in it. So why doesn't he make it happen?
Wasn't he going to bed?
10-4.
Melania Trump's.
Yeah.
What about Alania or somebody jacked with their mic?
He's playing with her boobs.
And then he
That are in the trash.
She is playing with her boobs in the trash, okay.
Yeah, her old one.
Huh. Man, if I had her old ones, they'd be up here next to my mannequin head.
Wasn't you going to go shake hands and go to bed?
I was going to go shake hands and go watch TV, but thank you for halfway paying attention.
Okay. So you said you was like going away?
Yeah, I've already done that.
You've been gone for at least an hour.
Yeah, I was going to say, I already went to the bathroom, shook hands with the president, and all that good stuff. I'm in that easy chair now.
Did you guys hear that? Kind of sounded like a sound from a kind of a crowded restroom or something. I heard kind of a little fart sound there. What was that?
A lot of dicks in here tonight.
Good go. Talk about that slaughtered lip again.
Freaking stickers packing out everywhere.
That's just the clanking of the whiskey glass.
He's going to pretend to be asleep on the mic again.
Standing in line.
Pretend.
And this lady came up and tapped me and said, "Excuse me, is this the end of the line?"
Is this a sad tale again?
Oh, standing backwards. Oh! Oh, okay, that's what's going on. I bet that shit don't happen now. Anyway, as I was saying,
What were you saying?
I was. Hang on a minute. I
at the back.
to make sure I'm not getting keyed on. I got to unkey a lot and make sure I'm still getting out.
What?
And this girl walked up to me, tapped me on the shoulder,
Like,
and said, "Excuse me,
We heard that already.
is this the end of the line?"
You told us that already.
I said, "No, bitch, we're all standing backwards."
We heard this joke already.
I don't think it's true even.
Boy, you showed her, didn't you?
I sure enough did.
You didn't even say anything like that.
So I found out it was my mom tapping me on the shoulder. Then I got my butt whooped.
if you stand on your head like that, you will get your butt whipped. You'll be able to smack it easier.
I keep my microphone down and Snapchat pops open on my phone. Anyway, you guys are way too cool for me. I'll see.
Bye.
Later, free bird.
Go watch television.
Later, three turds.
You hurry up and get in there on Channel 13. There's Julia Roberts in there on that talk show.
Oh,
Run.
woman.
Yeah, she looks like a Mexican flag tonight, dressed the way she is.
Oh, baby.
What is she doing? Promoting Trump's wall?
Listening to it, I was just watching it and seeing what she looked like. She was dressed in like a multi-colored dress. Looked like a candy cane, but it wasn't striped. It went straight across.
Well, I guess if she was wearing a Mexican flag, she wouldn't be promoting the wall. She'd be...
Promoting scale on the wall.
She's promoting the wall by working the glory holes over there in your bathroom. Why don't you get back to work?
Man, you know about my glory hole. I told you, I promised you I would not let any of these guys know that you were aware of it, that you knew about it, that you spent your money over here. Now, why don't you get your ass back to work?
You're still here?
You still talking?
Oh yeah, I never shut up.
Yeah, I know. I figured that out the other night when you were like 19 feet to the wind.
And which night was that?
The one that ends in Y.
Yeah, that one.
Don't worry, man. Listening to you and Sneaky Snake, I was sitting over there reflecting, and I said, damn, man, is that really how I sounded back in the day? And then this rude dog voice popped up in my head and said, no, Bandit, it was way worse than those guys.
Well, yeah. Considering I'm not real sure what you're saying, but it sounds, highly plausible.
Well, 20 years down the road, when you sober up, you'll figure it out.
Didn't we establish already that Dogfather's older than you?
No, we have not established that, actually.
I'd bet $50 on it that he is.
I bet 22 cents that he is not.
Well, I sure did see a heck of a lot of gray in that beard he had.
Yeah, but see, there's a little something that I know about Dogfather that you guys don't know.
What's that?
Tim and I have already had this discussion about our age.
And I told you I was older than you.
And you were finding out that you were actually 3 years younger than me.
No, that ain't the case, but anyway.
Well, don't say the number, just say the year.
When was your father born?
33.
My father was born in 25.
Okay, so that's 8 years difference between fathers, but what's that got to do with us sons?
I'm closer to Freebird than you are, for sure.
I'm sorry, Milkdud put the hammer on you, what'd you say?
My age is pretty damn close to Freebird's. A lot closer than you are, Sprout.
Well, we all know that Freebird's not a spring chicken anymore, so anyway, so I'm wanting to know what our father's ages have to do with our ages.
Well, my dad was born in 23.
So what's that mean? Your dad had you when you were 8? Is that what you're saying?
No, my dad was more of I was more of the late kid, because my one sister's almost 70.
I was talking about Dogfather. He said that his dad was born in 25, and my dad was born in 33, and he said he was older than me, so I said, what, his dad had him when he was 8?
I got an email at work today. They're offering retirement to me.
Well, who's offering retirement? Your job?
Yeah, and it's based on age.
Well, shit, I didn't think they offered retirement to people with AIDS.
Okay, you win. You're the oldest. I'm pretty damn young. I'm about 23.
Bird's age, I think you're older than me.
I don't really care. I feel so old anyway, man. I don't want to be older than anybody else. I'll be happy to be the young kid on the block.
That handle's already been taken by somebody. But I think Uncle has the best handle for you ever.
Which one, Wannabe?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, do you know why he named me Wannabe?
No.
thought it took a lot of thinking to put a definition of wannabe, but go ahead.
He wanted to try to act just like 5'5".
No, he named me Wannabe because he said that I'm too nice of a person to be a bandit, that I was just actually putting on a front by being a bandit, that he has looked into my soul and see how kind-hearted I really am, so that's why he calls me Wannabe.
Yeah, and the other reason too.
Oh yeah, I'm a sensitive bitch. I just can't help it that you guys are a bunch of wannabe me's, but hey, I love you anyway.
You gotta have something to be jealous of. Might as well be you.
Yeah.
Freebird, break it down.
That's right.
Time. Freebird, exhale and break it down for us one time. I am so...
See you later, Bandit.
That's right. So jealous. Go ahead, old man.
Oh, I just said see you later.
Oh, you taking off? Take care, buddy.
Yep, I'm gonna head out of here. I gotta go help somebody put up an antenna tomorrow.
Oh, go and tell MC I said,
What time you doing that?
About 7:30 or maybe 7:45.
alright, well tell MC I said,
10-4.
tell him I'll get up there and see him sometime soon.
Need somebody to swing by and grab you and bring you over?
Somebody come by and grab him and bring me over. Now tell him that I'll get over and see him sometime soon.
Wakes up about 2 o'clock.
Yeah. If you're going to be over there at 7 or 8 o'clock working on his antenna, you're going to be doing it alone.
No, that's not how we mapped it out, but anyway.
Okay, well, have a good evening and...
Well, if I'm around, I'll come help.
That'd be cool.
I would not want you to mess up that retirement.
How can you mess up a retirement by fixing an antenna?
Oh, you know, you fall off the roof, you get put in the hospital, you miss out on work, your retirement gets set back 6 months, you dip into your 401k, so you have to work some more so you can build it back up. I mean, I could go on forever telling you what I do, but where are you at?
Oh no, that would be a plus because then there's that short-term disability, and then what comes in after short-term disability is the long-term disability, which you can ride that out for a long time. So that's just a win-win-win all the way around. Never thought about that. That's a great plan. Fall down, get hurt, it all lays out right there.
Can you throw your hands in the air and say, airplane?
No, I don't have that stuff.
That's that short-term money.
Nah, company buys my short terms.
I'm about 60.
Oh, you're talking about that total temporary disability, that TTD money.
Then go draw unemployment.
Nope.
And half and then just retire.
That's right. That's exactly right. 1 year and a half.
Yep.
You can get unemployment to about 1.5 years. So if I can just get him to fire me when I'm about 61 and a half, then I'll make it to about 62, and then there you go.
So I got to go until I'm 62 before I can talk about retirement?
Oh no, you gotta go later.
Oh, yeah? Because by the time that comes around, they'll move it up again?
It's already been moved up. Anybody, I think it's born after 62, 61 and a half or something like that. The year 1961 and a half or 62, whatever it is. Gotta be 50 or 65 to 70 to retire.
Shit, I'll be dead before then.
Smell dead now.
Snap. That's it, I've had enough.
We're so sensitive.
It's the hormones.
I don't want to think about it.
You can hear it in his voice sometimes. It just almost sounds like it's gonna crack.
Uh-huh.
I can hear him dragging his radio to the trash now.
And you know you hope me right that is too, Freebird.
You know how, I know you've heard it with the boy, over there. He gets scolded and he got that little, that's what you hear in Bandit's voice sometimes.
That's him scolding me. That's me doing a little...
That was a good one, Freebird.
No. Anybody that knows about my accident knows why that happens.
Oh, by the way, in case everybody wanted to know, I imagine you do. Sometime back, I don't know if you heard of this cat here in town. His name is Milkdud. He nominated me as the referee for Friday Fight Night, and Freebird won tonight.
Supposed to be refereeing.
Congratulations, Freebird, but he only nominated you for that night.
What the hell?
And that guy's refereeing is supposed to come out and ring the bell first, and then when he decides the fight's over, he rings the bell later to say the fight's over with, and I didn't hear you ever ring no bell out there.
And also, Milkdud only nominated him for that night a couple weeks ago.
That was true. It was only for that one night.
Well, so then it's posthumous then.
Well, if I won tonight's fight, I'll just nominate you for the all Friday fights from now on.
I can't take no more of this. I'm out of here.
Hey, don't be out of there. Freebird just nominated Dogfather to be the deciding factor from now on.
Yeah, so he can take Freebird every time.
What's wrong with that?
Just saying, but if I'm the furthest away from him, and he's still saying I won the fight, so's up.
Robert Flatside, that's what's up.
That's that later.
All that flat-side magic you got going on over there, Freebird.
No, I don't think he's got a flat side to hear me with over there. Dogfather, though.
I got the world's greatest ground plane. I don't need no daggum flat side.
Was that a stab, Milkdud?
I didn't say nothing.
No, I said I'm glad somebody does.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good night. Oh, and congratulations, Freebird.
Back in the old days, they used to call that skip, or not skip, they used to call that skunk hunting, and the guy that come in the first place got a little trophy or got the little jackpot everybody turned around and decided to donate to help on the cause of the gas. And the second place guy got to go hunt or go hide for next week.
Shit, the only thing that Rude Dog and I won was a cold. It took them, I don't know how many hours, at least 4, to try to find us, and I don't think they ever got close. I think we finally just gave up and went home. But, oh man, it was snowing its ass off that night.
Driving home in a fucking blizzard.
And uncles and grandpa and everybody like that was in back when I was a kid. There's about 30 of them would go out. Sometimes they wouldn't all be out there, you know, in bad weather, but nice springtime and summertime days. It was always Saturday evening, and I think it started at 7 o'clock at night. And we could be out until 11 o'clock, and then we'd all go down to the gas station, or gas station, but restaurant, sit there and bullshit until you donated. It had like a little cup you throw your money into, and it was the money that went in this Saturday was for next Saturday. So whoever came in first got that money that was in that jug or whatever they had, you know. And like I say, second place guy, he went out and hid the week after. Or actually, no, first place guy hid the next week. Second place guy would go out and go ahead and hide that same night. As soon as he came in, he'd leave and go hide, and then they'd have another hunt where they'd have like 2 or 3 hunts a night on Saturday.
That's pretty cool. We never thought about nothing like that, but you remember that night, Rude Dog?
Yeah, that wasn't too long ago. I remember a long time ago. I used to mess with them because I used to watergate their 5 counts and play it back to them, get them chasing their tails. They didn't know what to think.
Remember those dummies that played that had those antennas that would light up when they keyed down?
No, I never participated in any of those games. That would have been too easy, though.
Yeah, I remember you got to be some kind of a freaking idiot to drive around playing skunk with a freaking lighted up antenna, and that one dude, his was pink. And so we wasn't even watching the damn meters anymore. We were looking in the bushes and the trees for lighted up antennas. Hey, skunk, give me a 5 count. Hey, skunk, give me a 10 count. Oh, there's his little blinking ass right there.
Yeah, he's gone just dead key for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, the audacity of some of them people back then, man, it just really cracked me up.
They have meters where they go down. You go around the Radio Shack and you have a little black box you could buy. Had a metal box back on it. You cut a circle hole in it, and they mount a meter in it that was about an 1.5 inches, 2 inches tall, and 3 inches wide. And have a light in that bastard, and you'd put it where your steering column was, or up on your dash, so it was right straight in front of you. And you wire it into your radio to where that was your meter to your radio. So you could see that meter 5 times better than you could see the one in the radio. You didn't have to look down underneath your dash at your radio.
Like that big old tube-type radio you had with that big meter that you was going to make a SWR or a SRF meter out of?
Yeah, it'd be almost like your dosimeter, almost that size of a damn meter. My uncle used to work at DuPont and would get them meters left and right.
Yeah, right on. All right, well, once again, congratulations, and yeah, if you ever go skunk hunting, just keep one thing in mind. We'd love to talk about that little change kitty, and since nobody in this town, I don't believe, has played skunk since the all reigning champions, Bandit and Rude Dog, have been around. I think we're just going to go ahead and nominate ourselves to go first and hide, and then just let us know tomorrow or the next day whenever the game's over with, so we know where to go collect our winnings.
I'll be by 7:45, 7:45, pick you up, and we'll go get that antenna done. I'll be on my second pot of coffee by then. Should be ready. No, we already did that. We did that this evening.
Oh, that's right. What am I thinking?
We're done. We paid him even. We already paid him cold, hard cash, remember?
That's right, and he drank all his beer in front of us.
Yeah, that bastard.
I'll see you in the morning. Wait a minute, are we going to have to pay him to get his antenna up too?
No, I've already wrote the check out, because I figured, since, you know how it is, I figured, I'd just kind of swing this one, you could catch the next one.
Because I'm fat and lazy and I wasn't really too eager to do it anyway, I understand. You can be as honest as you want to be.
Well, I was going to say, since we had the same name, but never mind.
What's that, Father?
No.
No, I know what you mean. I'll see you later.
I thought you was leaving.
He did leave him. This is somebody else.
Hey, Robert.
What's going on? Who we got there?
You already missed your television show. I feel bad about that, and I was going to leave too. All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Where are you going?
Hey, I thought you would get out of there.
Saznak.
You calling Sasnak?
Free hot dogs.
What he meant was sad snatch. He'll see ya.